What's crack-lacking? It's your boy Baroshmo, just in case you did not know. So we're back again, once again, for my final mock draft. As we approach draft time, be here for the watch party. It's going on tonight, and it's going on day 2 and day 3. That's right, we're doing it big. Expect to have best available and day 1 grades out tomorrow morning. So, yeah, we're going to be doing grades every day. We're going to be doing best available every day. It's going to be a ton. I'm not going to get a lot of sleep. Best believe I got Red Bull at hand. So, for this mock draft, what I'm doing is this one's going to be predictive, all right? This is what I think is going to happen, so it's not necessarily what I would like to happen. I'll kind of mention those as we get along, but go ahead, become a bro, and subscribe. Leave that thumbs up if you enjoy the content, and let me know what you think in the comment section below. This is just the first round. I could have got a little crazy, but, you know, once you start doing trades, yeah, it just becomes less... Well, less correct in terms of being predictive. So let's go ahead and go over Trevor Lawrence. I bet you I got this one. I think I got this one. This next one for the Jets, I have Zach Wilson. I'm not so sure about Justin Fields' name has been thrown about, but I'm pretty sure that a majority of us are going to nail the first 2 picks. This is where it gets interesting because I would love to go Justin Fields for the Niners. That's where I think they should go, but I'm gonna go instead with the current second favorite in terms of betting odds, Trey Lance. I just can't, in no world can I wrap my head around that. The Niners, they gave away essentially 2 first-round picks. They're just swapping with the Dolphins with one of those, and then they gave up 2022, 2023 to move up for Mac Jones. I just can't wrap my head around it. I guess when it happens, it happens. Instead, I'm going to go with what it sounds like they're down to, Jones and Lance. I'm going to go with Lance. I don't think we're going to see Jimmy G get traded tonight, and Jimmy G might very well be their starter come the season opener. There we go. But yeah, I personally would go Justin Fields here. I'm big fan of Justin Fields, so is what it is. Again, this is more predictive, and yeah, you get what I'm saying. I don't think that Atlanta will be able to pivot out of the 4th overall pick. I think it's going to be difficult. Some team might bite, but in terms of the rumors going around, trade rumors, and hopefully when I upload this, no big trades happen. But there is also the Julio Jones rumor, so it could be Jamar Chase. I'm not going to pivot off Kyle Pitts. I think Kyle Pitts is kind of the favorite to go here if the Atlanta keeps their pick. But keep Jamar Chase in the back of your head, and it's just I can't see them picking up Chase without having a known trade partner with Julio, but they're not going to be willing to trade Julio till after June 1st. So that one's a little tough for me, so I'm going to go with Kyle Pitts. And then at 5, I'm going to stay true to my guns. Jamar Chase. Joe Burrow's campaigning for it. Again, I'm connecting the dots. I think Walker Little could be that second pick for the Bengals just because of the connection with Paul Alexander. So, yeah, I got them getting Chase. They could very well go Sewell. I think that's a possibility there as well. But I'm going with Chase. I think the pick will be Chase. I'm almost as sure as that as I am with the Trevor Lawrence pick. And then at 6, the Dolphins go Penei Sewell. I think they're very likely to go with whoever falls to them, with whether it be Pitts, Chase, or Sewell. In this case, it's Sewell. And they just got rid of Eric Flowers. Rumor is they're going to pop Robert Hunt on the interior. So they grab Sewell to be that, I guess, right tackle, because that would be the blindside defender for Tua Tagovailoa. So this is where I have my first trade with the Lions. Rumor is, and you may think Patriots, no, rumor is the Saints. That's right, the Saints are trying to trade back into the top 10. At least they're dipping their toe in. So I was like, okay, screw it. Let's get crazy. The Saints trade up to number 7. I got them take it if they trade up JC Horn. I know, it's wild. It's crazy. Keep in mind, they've done this with Marcus Davenport. They gave away 2 first rounders to move up with the Packers to get Davenport. If this is me, I'm not going to lie. I'm taking Justin Fields. You know? I'm going to take a quarterback. I don't know if Jameis Winston's my quarterback. I know Taysom Hill ain't my quarterback. So I think I would go Fields here if I'm giving up that draft capital to move up. But I'm just going to bet on the Saints being the Saints. Like, hey, this is our guy. We need help at corner. So, yeah, interesting. I know. Interesting. And then I do have another trade because there's already word that the groundwork for this deal has almost been completed with the Patriots and the Panthers. Patriots, they go ahead, get their guy, Justin Fields. The Panthers move back. They grab extra draft capital. Gives them a lot of different options, picking up the extra second-round pick. And I kind of like that. I really like the Panthers being able to pick up extra draft capital so they could kind of go best available or highest on their board at pick. They would have pick 15 in this case. And then with 2 second-rounders, they could address the offensive line in that round. If they don't go offensive line at 15, I think I kind of spoiled it. At 9, I have another trade, the Broncos. Because I do the Giants. It sounds like they're trying to shop their pick as well, but I just couldn't get a deal done, man. In this draft simulator, so I was like, forget it. I guess I'm trading with the Broncos, and I traded up with the Bears. They get Mac Jones. They get the Xavier. Yo, when the Red Rocket, the Red Rifle, Andy freaking Dalton, when those first few games aren't hot. I think this is Ryan Pace's last, okay, let me at least show maybe I have a franchise quarterback. Maybe I'll be able to keep my job because, bam, we got a guy to work around. So this is going to be super interesting. Especially, I think the Broncos, they're still in play for a quarterback. Teddy Bridgewater, in my opinion, changes nothing. I would still be going after Fields. But maybe they don't. Maybe they don't. If I'm doing more predictive, I say they maybe look to trade down. Perhaps. Potentially. I don't know. It's the draft. Anything can happen. It gets crazy. And then at 10, this is the Cowboys. Patrick Surtain. This is okay, between the Bengals, the Jaguars, and Dallas Cowboys pick. For me, those are the easiest. Those are okay, I could probably write this in pen. I don't think these are changing. They get some help to the secondary with Surtain. And then at 11, I do have the Giants trading down. I think they're more likely to try to trade down. Couldn't get a deal done with the Bears, but I got one done with the Dolphins. They trade back up to get Tua's, his former teammate. They get a guy that can occupy the slot since they missed out on Pitts, because I love the idea of throwing Pitts in the slot, having him in line. Pitts is just amazing. But they grab Waddle. They grab a little bang for their buck there. And, they coming out with Waddle and Sewell. That's kind of dope first round. And then at 12, I got the Eagles going Quiddy Pay. Eagles fans, don't kill me. I'm just saying there's some news out there. There's some rumors that the Eagles are extremely high on one of the edges, particularly Quiddy Pay at this pick. I would have gone Devonta Smith. It sounds like Devonta Smith could have a fall, maybe even Waddle. They could have a fall to maybe that 15 to 18 range. But I'm being predictive. I hope it's not right, because I don't think edge really helps Jalen Hurts out. I'm just saying. But I'm being predictive. I think maybe one of the edges go a lot higher than, at least I anticipate, a lot higher than I have them on my board. So we're going with Pay. Godspeed. And then at 13, I have the Chargers going Rashawn Slater. He makes it here. Great. He gives them a little versatility, but I think he's your left tackle of the future. Let's be honest. Left tackle of the future. And I'm pretty sure that the Chargers, they're going to go tackle regardless here. You could maybe even sprinkle in Elijah Vera Tucker, just because rumor is a lot of teams view him as a top 20, top 15 pick. So, yeah. Speaking of Elijah Vera Tucker, I got him going here to Minnesota. They need help on the line. Elijah Vera Tucker is help on the line. I would go Darisaw, but sounds like Darisaw could go maybe after pick 15. So I went ahead. Again, this is predictive. I don't know how many times I got to say this, so don't hate me. Actually, and this isn't even a bad pick. I mean, it helps out a position of need, whether he's playing tackle or guard, which I would preferably have him at guard. Move Ezra Cleveland there to left tackle. That's kind of where what I thought they would do when they initially drafted him, that was a plan. But they got him some playing time at right guard, so maybe they move him to left guard now with Riley Reef gone. But yeah. What pick is this? 15, Panthers, Devonta Smith. I had him in a previous, like just my last mock, going Jalen Waddle, because I really think Joe Brady would love a weapon. Devonta Smith is that weapon. I say if one of the receivers fall, if the Panthers do trade back, one of the receivers fall, they will take that and try to focus offensive line, mainly offensive tackle, in the second round. So I got them going Smith. I just can't in a world, I can't imagine Smith really falling far. Like I just can't see that. I mean, this guy, to be honest, like he goes early to the Dolphins at 6. I wouldn't necessarily love that, but yeah, it's gonna be interesting, man. This draft's gonna be very interesting tonight. And then at 16, Cardinals go Greg Newsome. I'm telling you, Greg Newsome's going to be a top 20 pick. I think the NFL's that high on him, especially with Caleb Farley with his plummet after the back surgery. I'm pretty sure Newsome's going to be a top 20 pick, and I think the Cardinals, I think they really do want to go corner. They're kind of hoping maybe one of the, like a Surtain or a Horn falls to them. I don't think that'll happen. I think instead they will grab Newsome. 17, Micah Parsons. I can't imagine, like, it's not a Raiders pick, you know, like this doesn't feel like a Raiders pick. I don't know why I would predict this, but I just can't predict Micah Parsons falling that far. Like, the dude's a top 10 talent in this class. The Raiders would be lucky for him to fall this far, and I'm hoping they're not foolish enough to be like, oh no, let's address other areas. Like, you could make a case for Christian Darrisaw here, but like Micah Parsons he's a blue chip talent. I love Darrisaw. I don't think he's blue chip talent in this class. I just don't know how you let him fall past that. And I'm sure the Giants would have loved that. So what do we have them going? I have them going Christian Darrisaw. Sounds like, rumor is that they wanted to, like, there's a lot of rumors out there. You got to take a lot of this with a grain of salt, but that they wanted to trade up for Penny Sewell. There was also the Charger trade rumors that they wanted to trade back and acquire a third-round pick to move back, 2 spots. You know what, regardless, I think they are going to try to help Danny Dimes, and I think they will try to do that along the line. So, yeah, they bring in Darrisaw to play opposite of Andrew Thomas. I don't know what that means for Matt Peart. Maybe they move him inside. But, again, it's hard to see Darrisaw fall much further. I think he's a top 15 talent in this class. And then at 19, I got Washington football team, Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. I just can't imagine a better fit. Like, I just love him with this pick. And if you're not new to the channel, you've probably heard me over the last month say this is a pretty darn good fit. So I'm going to keep with it there. I'm going to stick to my guns. At 20, Denver, this is kind of hard. I went with Trevon Merrick. Kareem Jackson, he's kind of old. Can you imagine Justin Simmons, Trevon Merrick in that secondary? It's lethal. So, yeah, I just went with it there, man. I think instantly you have one of the best secondaries in football. Even without Merrick, I think they're like top 10. Include Merrick, and scary. Scary. And then at 21, who is this? This is, oh gosh. So I couldn't figure out after I had the big Saints trade. I couldn't figure out who the Colts could trade down with. So I started doing some research, and it sounds like when it comes to this pick, they're going to be down to a left tackle and a playmaker for Carson Wentz. I was listening to one of the Colts podcasts. I forgot which one, because I really wish I could quote him or plug him here. I really should go back and look at it. Maybe I'll throw it in the description. But they were talking about how the Colts, they believe they could get a left tackle in the second round, a solid left tackle. So they might be looking for a playmaker. Remember rumors last week? Kadarius Toney, A lot of teams see him as a potential top 20 pick in this class. They love what he can do with the ball in his hands. I'm just putting two and two together. Again, this is predictive. You got to make some picks that you normally wouldn't make, some that you think you won't see anywhere else. This is one of them. I got him going Kadarius Toney. It's interesting. I'll say that. And then at 22, Tevin Jenkins to the Tennessee Titans. This one's kind of tough. Like, I would really love to go Rashad Bateman here. You can make a case for Caleb Farley here. I think you can make a case for Christian Barmore here. Instead, I went with Jenkins. The bread and butter is that run game, man. Is that offensive line. And Kendall Lamb is easily the wink link there. Tevin Jenkins, he played right tackle. I think teams are going to love just his playing style, especially teams like the Titans. So I have him grabbing him. And then at 23, this is the Jets. They go Jalen Phillips. I think Jalen Phillips will be drafted in the top 25. It wouldn't surprise me if he's drafted in the top 20. He makes it here. I think Saleh would love to address the defensive line with either this pick or their first and the second. Mainly the edge. Phillips, he's got that talent. And then at 24, this ain't changing. Najee Harris. You know what? A running back goes every year in the first round. Maybe even 2 this year. But I'm going to predict at least 1 here to the Steelers. Then maybe they dress off offensive line or maybe corner in the second round. But this one, it really could go either way. Like it'd be interesting. Like, I think a few thoughts out there. I could if they don't even, I don't even think they could go like offensive line here. I don't, or at least I don't think the organization would. I bet you this pick could be corner. We could see Farley. We could see Eric Stokes at this pick. It wouldn't surprise me. So, but I think Najee Harris is probably the top guy on their board. And then at 25, I got Xavier Collins of the Jags. This one's much tougher with Trevon Merrick off the board. I'm going to go with Collins. I think a lot of teams are going to like him at the back end of the first round. Just what that skill set. It's going to be a bit scheme specific, I think, but I really believe the Jags could figure a way to utilize him. Maybe have him as an early down pass rusher that can drop back into coverage. Maybe a better Sherbert. Maybe a upgrade over him because he didn't exactly have the best year last year. And Collins, I wouldn't say they have necessarily similar skill sets, but I think they could be used in similar ways and similar facets. 26. Christian Barmore going to the Browns. I think a DT has to go in the first round. And Barmore, to me, easily the best DT in this class. I know that there's some concerns with, he's uncoachable. Apparently, I don't know where teams are pulling that from. I think that might be just an anti-Alabama bias. But also I saw like he's a product of the players around him, and it's like this guy had a great win rate and he was constantly playing the best of the best. He played nothing but SEC teams this year, and then we went to the playoffs. Who did he play? Ohio State, Notre Dame. Like, I don't know how much more this guy has to prove. Like, I get it. Okay, if there's rumors he's uncoachable and you got some substantial evidence to back that, then fine, pull off him. But I couldn't find anything of that sort. And, yeah, I would go Barmore here, man. He's kind of like probably the top. He's definitely the top player available here for on my board. So, yeah, why not? And then at 27, Baltimore Ravens, Landon Dickerson. This is another prediction I'm pretty confident of. I think Landon Dickerson will find himself in the first round. And the Ravens, to me, just make the most sense. So, I know some Raven fans aren't crazy about this, but what you going to do, man? Bread and butter to your offense is the offensive line. Y'all need a center. Landon Dickerson is that center. And then at 28, I got Detroit Lions because they traded all the way back here. Going Rashad Bateman. I think there is a good chance Rashad Bateman falls out of the first round. I mean, he's the 4th receiver on my board. I would take him in the top 20. But I think Detroit, if you're trading down here, and it sounded like they were trying to trade up to 4 to get Jamar Chase potentially. So maybe they are looking for a receiver. And Bateman, the beautiful thing is he can play in the slot if they want to keep Breland and Williams there as their outside receivers. But Bateman, you could transition him back to the outside where he was probably his most successful at Minnesota. I love Bateman. It's hard for, like, I can't see him coming out of the first round. Like, he's too good. And then at 29, Jamin Davis. This one I've been going with the last couple of weeks. I know the Packers, they love those sub packages, and you want a linebacker. If you're going to run just one linebacker, he better be long, he better be fast. Jamin Davis, he ticks all those boxes, especially after his pro day. So I think he could be a real option here. Tackle also could be an option as well. And then at 30, Eric Stokes, dude, I'm doing it. I'm pulling the trigger. He's been getting this fringe first round hype. I'm not there with him. I still have him around my 50 range on my big board. So for me, yes, this is kind of a reach, but I also understand that after you like Horn, Surtain, Newsome are off the board, teams are going to be very scared of Caleb Farley. Stokes is probably that next guy to jump in because Asante Samuel Jr., I love him, but 30-inch arms, those don't typically translate to the outside. Those guys typically end up being the slot. Some team's going to take a chance on him, and I think it's going to pay big and pay dividends. I just don't think it'll be in the first round. I would, but so I got the Bills going. Eric Stokes, man. They get some speed to hang with Tyreek Hill and Mecole Hardman and whatever speedster they bring there at Kansas City. And then at 31, the Ravens again. Jason Owe, he's going in the first round. I'm sorry. He's a first-round talent. He's going to go in the first round. Watch me eat my words. And if I do, hey, it happens. But I think it's just great value here. I know the Ravens, they typically they get good value in the later rounds with pass rusher. They haven't taken a pass rusher in the first round since since Terrell Suggs, I think. And hey, you know what? Sometimes you gotta be like, hey, you just gotta pull the trigger. They don't have their second round pick this year. I know they have their third, but yeah, I don't think there's gonna be quality pass rushing talent, at least that can be immediate, that can make immediate impacts by that time. So instead, we're gonna go with it here. I love Owe. I think they're gonna try, like, if they do go this option, like what they thought they were getting Yannick Ngakoue, they go with Owe. Like they're like, okay, let's get a speed rusher that proved he could stop the run. That's a big thing with Yannick, man. Yannick's not a great run defender. So, oh wait, he's proved he could do that this past season. So they grabbed their speed rusher here. Again, this is just predictive. So yeah. Bucks. This is probably the hardest pick here. Carlos Basham just seems like the right option. I like Basham a lot. And he could immediately be a plug-and-play over Will Golston. He could also be a future replacement for JPP. It just makes a ton of sense. So, yeah, I went with him here. But that's my draft. Y'all might want to see the trades, but I really just did trades that would go through. So I don't think it's worth showing you that chaos, but yeah, that's it for the video. Let me know what you think in the comment section below, and what picks do you think, what prospects do you think could sneak into the first round, and yeah, and what just sleeper. There's always like 2 to 3 picks where we're like, wow, didn't see that coming. What are those picks for you? I have a few in here, but yeah, I'll see you tonight for the watch party. It's gonna be a time. I don't know what that was, but until next time, which is tonight, you be easy, my friends. Later.